Hello, everyone. This is Keith Salvione with Salvione Associates, creating another video here, wanting to explain something that has been a concern for mine for small businesses, such as myself. And I know there's a lot of small businesses out there that would appreciate a referral system, right? That is reciprocal, right? That we're working together and we're trying to help each other as best as possible and not just handing a business card saying, gee, I'd appreciate if you pass my name along. I think that we should have a relationship. I think we should get to know each other. I think we should help each other, use each other, right? And form this relationship that really helps. And so I'm sharing my website right now, as you can see. And I have a section called Pasco County Business Directory. And if you wanted to go to salvioneassociates.com and just click on that, the Pasco County, I have what they call prime partners, right? These are prime partners that I work with. And what I am looking for is I am looking for a couple of attorneys. I would like to have two, maybe three attorneys to choose from, but no more than three. I would like to have, and it doesn't matter what kind of attorney you are. If you're an attorney that would appreciate referrals, okay, and we're going to talk about the referral system that I would like to create with you once I get done explaining this. But I'm looking for a couple of two or three attorneys to partner with me as prime partners, and you would literally be the ones that I would focus on referring my clients to. That's how this is going to work. And like I said, I'll explain that more. Currently, right now, I have one awesome restaurant. And if you haven't eaten at the Green Market, my, you need to visit this place. It is delicious. Just all you have to do is click on the link. It's green, just like their website. And so when you click on it, it'll go right to their website. Okay. And even if you, I have such a great relationship with these people. If you use our name, Salvione Associates, they will give you a discount when you order your meal, up to 10% of the bill. And I've already made that arrangements with them. So feel free to go there and mention Salvione Associates and enjoy not only delicious and not only great customer service, but healthy food is what we're talking about here. And obviously, I don't know about you, but 90% of the time I like to try to eat healthy to keep myself in shape. Okay. All right. Scrolling down here a little bit, right? We have a prime partner called Home, Auto, and Golf Cart Insurance Carrier. Some of you may know that by Property and Casualty, right? It's a PNC agent and Leaders Insurance Group. And I'm telling you, you visit this lady, you will be very happy. Her name is Angel, and I would encourage you to go and see her and call her because she is one awesome lady. But I am looking for another person also in this field. I never like to just have one, right? I think options are important because, there's always personalities and things like that. So I like to have two, maybe up to three other PNC agencies. And if you're a PNC agency and you would like to be on my website, and again, more to that in a moment. Okay, but I am looking for a couple more realtors. I think realtors are very, very important to have. And prime, I am looking for obviously a couple realtors that are in the business full time. And if you are a realtor and you would like to partner with me, and I would refer you personally to all of my clients, I'm just telling you right now, I've ran into already last week two clients that are trying to sell property that they have. And I have no one. I have no one right now. I have no one. I know I have a gentleman that's going to be joining me soon, and I will be referring my business to him right now. But if you'd like to be part of that realtors group, I am looking for a total of three of those as well. Prime Partner Certified Public Accountant, right? Awesome, right? This gentleman right here, his name is Michael, and he is awesome. We're talking 100% awesome. right? Coastal Bay Tax and Consulting. He does more than just taxes, ladies and gentlemen. There's a misnomer out there that, they just do taxes. Well, no, no, not Michael. You go and see this guy, and you will see totally the width of his services and how you could benefit from that. We're not just talking about just doing your taxes. Of course, he does that, but he does a lot more. I would strongly click on this link and talk to this person with regards to that. I am looking, like I said, I am looking for 2 to 3 people. So I have one already, but again, right? I'm always looking for a couple of them, 2 to 3, only because of personalities and, just things like that. You like to have options, right? Right. I am also looking for 2 to 3 financial advisors or coaches, right? Financial coaches. And I recently did a video with Sonia. That is on our YouTube page, as you can see, our podcast YouTube page. And folks, I tell you what, you want to talk about a wonderful lady who is ethical, who is kind, who is very professional in her approach. She's actually got a system, right, that literally helps people manage their money and create a system to help them keep on track and maybe meet financial goals, or at least just know how much money you have and how much money you need to have by the end of the month without feeling broke or scared or nervous. This lady is wonderful. You are going to enjoy her. Like I said, I'm looking for a couple more though. Either a financial advisor, someone with literally some credentials about advising people from a financial perspective, meaning investments, right? Investments. Where should you put your money? Okay. Somebody that has maybe a Series 6 or Series 7 license. Okay. Something like that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a few more folks that can do that. All right. Now below, I just wanted to just mention this very briefly. There are some people here that I have met, but I don't do business with them. And I can't, so Sandy and I don't feel comfortable 100% advising and telling you to go see these people because we've never done business with them. We've maybe met them, right? But there's nothing more than a handshake there. And I told them that, hey, listen, it's always good. I'll put you on my website at the bottom, but I'm not personally going to refer these people as a personal referral from Keith or Sandy. Okay. Now that being said, at the very bottom of the page here, I have a library of business forms. And I would really appreciate if you would take the time to look at these forms because sometimes I feel like people go in blind. They don't know what questions maybe to ask these professionals that you're dealing with. Okay. And I think it's always important. You shouldn't go in blind. So these forms here, when you click on these forms, they will download into your computer and you can look at them and choose what questions you feel comfortable asking. All right. Some of them are like 3 or 4 pages, because I want it to be as thorough as possible for you and give you some optional questions, I should say, to ask these professionals. Okay. I think it's very important. Can I say something? Listen, your doctor, your primary care doctor, your specialty care doctor, and your hospital questionnaire. These three are something that is very, very on my heart, very important. And I say that because I don't want you to be taken advantage of. I want you to feel safe and protected. You should feel safe and protected with your doctors, but that is not always the case. Okay. And so I would encourage you to click on these and learn from those questionnaires. Now, let's bump over. So now you know what I'm looking for. And if you're interested in being on my page, let's go a little bit deeper. I'm going to bring this over to the page here. Let me blow it up. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see this. This is the referral arrangement that I'm talking about that I would really hope that you would consider, right? Because to me, this is more than just a handshake. This is more than just a business card. All right. I'm really going to help you in your business. And obviously, in turn, I would like reciprocal, right? A reciprocal relationship here. So, a prime partner right? I'm obviously going to add your a hyperlink from Salvione Associates in our business directory that I just showed you, pointing to the page that you desire me to point to. Okay. All right. That's number one. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Then adding your business listing to Salvione Associates monthly newsletter. We have a newsletter on our website. You will see the newsletter, and there is a description in the newsletter describing all of the prime partners that are going to be listed, obviously on the web page, and I'm pointing people to that every month. Now, the newsletter consists of health tips, exercise tips, right? Financial tips, any kind of educational piece that I think would benefit someone. And I send that every month. It could be a different topic. One month it could be diabetes. The next month it could be something else. So, but the point is, there's going to be something educational for them. Then I'm going to point them to you purposely. Okay. And then, of course, I even include a fun little puzzle for them to figure out, a word puzzle or something, just for engagement purposes. Okay, just something a little fun. Now, during my one-on-one client interactions, right, when I go and I sit down and interview someone with to discuss their health insurance needs, right? I'm sitting down and I'm doing my analysis, my personal analysis that I need to complete to make sure that whatever plan they want, that they feel comfortable with, that they can afford, I'm doing my due diligence on my side. But then, as soon as I'm done with that, I go over my website and I show them the business directory. And I literally point to them and just say, just to let you know, just in case you need any other services, I encourage you to visit the business directory here in Pasco County and go there. And guess what? You could find some amazing people with the same mindset that Keith and Sandy has. We are service-minded people. We don't look at the money first. That's ridiculous. My dad, right? He told me, never chase the money, service the people first, provide excellent customer care, and then the money will follow. And that's just making a living, isn't it? That's just making a living. So we do that. That's our approach. And guess what? We create a connection with people or an alignment with people with the same mindset. You've got to be customer service focused. You've got to help people in their time of need. I help out claims. Look at on my primary page on my webpage. I never expect anyone to believe what I say, especially when you never met me. Why would you? Right? Okay. But look at what other people are saying about Keith and Sandy and our work ethic. There's where your reputation should last, on what other people are saying. Okay. What other people are saying. And by the way, our website, if somebody puts something bad on my website, and I'm talking about it needs to be truthful, I'm going to get right back to that person and find out why they made the comments that they did, if they made comments that are not 100% accurate. Okay. Now, lastly, right, quarterly podcast YouTube channel, right? So obviously, I have a podcast on YouTube. That's where you're probably watching this from. And I love to create educational videos in your line of business. So whatever your line of business is, okay, whether you're an attorney or a PNC agency or a realtor, it doesn't matter to me, CPA, whatever, guess what? I think it's good for you to quarterly create a video educating people maybe on different things pertaining to your business. You need to stay in front of the public, right, and create these videos. I do all four of these things at no charge. There's no charge. I'm not like some other companies out there, and you've heard of them, that they charge over $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. They charge a ton of money for you to have a seat on what they do. And do they do any of this? I don't think so. Okay. My point is I'm really trying to create relationships with businesses that want to grow their business and have what? Constant, consistent retention of customers, right? That's what I want. And so I hope that that's what you want too. So now on the other column here, right, I would expect the same thing. Here's my expectation if you want to partner with me, because I'm going to do all those things on the left. I'm expecting you to do the same thing for me on the right. Be adding a hyperlink to your website. So if you have a website, I would appreciate very much that you point people to me on your website. That's what I would expect. Okay. If you have a newsletter or some kind of blurb or something, some kind of newsletter where you can add a blurb, I should say, right? And talk about Salvion Associates, or at least point them in that direction. And that's if you have one. If you don't have a newsletter, well, I understand. Okay. But a lot of companies, they like to stay in touch with their clients. So if you have a method that you're in staying in touch with your clients and you can include me and point to me, I would appreciate that. That's something that I would really appreciate. During your one-on-ones, just like me, right? During one-on-one client interactions, simply supply my business card to the person, okay? If they express an interest in health insurance, and maybe even remind them of my website for further review. It's on my business card, but I would appreciate during your one-on-one reactions that you would simply just say, listen, I don't know if you need health insurance now. If you do, great. If you don't, but here's somebody that you can really depend on, especially for great customer care. He focuses on making sure that you're taken care of. And what I mean by that is claims, any problem with claims, any kind of portal access. I help people set up their portal access. I do all kinds of different things for them that they normally don't do. Okay. All right. And then the quarterly podcast. Now, if you have one or a Facebook, maybe educational thing that you do, or then great. I would hope that you would want to invite me and do that quarterly. But if not, it's no problem as long as you and I can connect together quarterly, right? Or semi-annually. I'd be willing to go semi-annually. But as long as we can stay in front of people and they start to understand that we're going to be a constant presence, right? Like Tucker Carlson, right? He's got videos all the time, right? Okay, so it's the same thing. We're just trying to stay in front of the public's eye, and that's what we're doing. So that is what the expectation is for option one. Option one, prime partners only. And again, right, there's no cost to this. There's just a dedication and a relationship. I would like to get together a few times a year. You can come to our clubhouse. We live over in Starkey Ranch in Esplanade, and we could have a summer party where family, kids, everybody can come. I'll rent the clubhouse and we all get together a couple times during the holidays, maybe a holiday Christmas party, and all of the prime partners get together. I just think that this kind of relationship is much more amicable than here's a business card and hope for the best that you'll get referral business. If you truly want referrals, then this is the approach to take. But if you just, hope and pray, right? Because to me, hope is not a strategy, right? So, I think that is this option is a great option for all of us. But if you do not want to go that route and you just want your business on here, and remember, I wouldn't be referring you. You would just be here. And if somebody visited the page and they wanted to check you out on themselves, hey, that's great. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not really going to do anything, and I wouldn't expect you to do anything either. If you wanted to put my website up or whatever, this is almost like the business card thing, except we're maybe putting our websites on each other's websites or something like that. It's up to you. I don't see any value in this option, because it's not sustainable in my opinion. I mean, you're occasionally going to get a referral. I mean, I don't think that that's a good model, but I offer it just in case. And if you wanted to, you could just email me at keysalvione@outlook.com. And I put it at the bottom of the page. Okay. All right, so I hope that that's clear. I wanted to explain it because I am very excited about partnering. You know all of the people that I want. If you can't remember, remember, I need CPAs, I need attorneys, okay? I need financial providers to work with. And I certainly hope that something like this can come to fruition. All right, well, that's all I got to say on that subject. You take care of yourselves and have an awesome day.